Mr. Keith Wilson, lawyer for the Freedom Board of the Freedom Corp, worked out a plan with Mr. Dean French, ex-Chief of Staff of Ontario Premier Doug Ford, that coincidentally aligned with the Ottawa Police plan to, quote, surge and contain and restrict the footprint of the truckers' protest, the Freedom Convoy. Interestingly enough, in his own witness statement, Mr. Keith Wilson was aware this plan would significantly reduce the size of the protest and cause 75% of truckers not on Wellington Street to leave. Mr. Keith Wilson arrived in Ottawa from Edmonton on a chartered flight on Wednesday, February 2nd, after the first weekend of the convoy. Within 4 days of arriving in Ottawa, he was corresponding via text message with Mr. Dean French. These are the text messages entered into the Public Order Emergency Commission as exhibits. Mr. Dean French, on February 7th, tells Mr. Keith Wilson that he is having lunch with auto parts magnate billionaire Frank Stronach, who, quote, is a huge supporter and has an idea. Mr. Frank Stronach is the founder of Magna International, an automotive parts company worth $3 billion as of 2017. Mr. Frank Stronach announced his small electric vehicle in April 2021. He said that his three-wheel, single-seat EV will revolutionize the industry. Mr. Frank Stronach, a 90-year-old auto parts magnate billionaire, also writes articles for the Toronto Star. Mr. Dean French and Mr. Keith Wilson arrange a meeting at the Westin Hotel on Friday, February 11th, with the aim of reducing the footprint of the Freedom Convoy and concentrating the truckers and vehicles on Wellington Street. The same day, Mr. Frank Stronach publishes an article for the Toronto Star titled, "Protesting Truckers in Ottawa Deserve to be Heard, but it's time for them to withdraw." On March 23rd, 1 month after the Freedom Convoy is dismantled, it is announced that a $5 billion electric vehicle battery plant has been in the works and will be located in Windsor, Ontario. From Mr. Keith Wilson's own interview summary on October 20th, quote, "It was also never contemplated that all trucks would be able to move to Wellington. Wilson thought 25% would go to Wellington, with the rest going to one of the farms near Arnprior and other locations, or leaving entirely to return home." Mr. Keith Wilson here, in his own witness testimony, knew that his plan, worked out with Mr. Dean French, ex-Chief of Staff of Ontario Premier Doug Ford, would therefore cause 75% of the Freedom Convoy truckers' protest not on Wellington Street to leave. Ottawa Mayor Jim Watson, on February 12th, in a letter, demanded that over 400 trucks move, quote, "Once there is clear evidence that you have delivered on these commitments, I am prepared to meet with you in a timely fashion." What negotiator first gives up their bargaining power before getting any concessions? Why did this plan coincide so well with law enforcement's plan to dismantle the Freedom Convoy? The audit continues as we explore and analyze facts. Thank you for your attention. Honor, accountability, integrity, and loyalty. Hail, my brethren, and hail freedom!